let me know where you're from, what country, what city. It'd be nice to know how far and wide my these broadcasts are actually going. All your questions, if you've noticed, I have been answering them when you get them. I take the time to keep all your questions and I answer them one at a time, not necessarily live, but you do get your answers eventually. And usually the same day. I try and answer all the questions I can the same day. My name is Kornelsen. I'm here to help you guys build your business and grow it so that you can enjoy your time with Banners Brokers. Support questions, I generally don't answer them. I give those to my support staff that's here. They're a phenomenal group of people that work very, very hard to try and get you all the answers that you end up needing so that you guys can run your business successfully. Now, I put a challenge out to you guys last week to try and just bring one new person. And so far, it looks like you guys have done a pretty darn good job. So let's see if we can't continue that. I'm hoping all of you have the ability for next week to try and bring one person, just one more person, or have someone even sitting beside you enjoying the webinar at the same time you're hearing it. So that's my challenge to you guys. We have people here from Cheshire, UK, London, more UK, wow, Beatty from South Africa. So you guys know we are stretching far and wide. Florida, Cincinnati, Ohio, Wales, Boston. I like Boston. I've been to Boston a few times. Boston Commons is a nice park. There's some great stuff out there in the world, some great cities, some great people, and I hope all of you eventually get to go out there and meet some of these people and enjoy some of those places. Oh, more, Arkansas, Toronto, perfect. I want to make sure, first off, that I invite all of you to our big annual extravaganza in Niagara Falls. It's going to be July 19, 20, and 21. It should be going up on the website soon. They're just finalizing the details on some of the tickets and all that. That's why you haven't seen it yet. But it will be there. Oh, I can even a request to come visit London. Outstanding. I hope to do that one day. I am going to be off to Holland and Germany. David is traveling the world, France, Spain, and a few places. Raj and Chris are out traveling. Lorenzo is traveling. We are all out there, putting our faces out there to help you guys grow your business. And I don't know how many companies out there actually do that, put their executive team out there to interact with you guys and let you know who they are and that we are live and we are real. So this company does that just to make sure that you guys are know who we are. We're not just some faceless name out there. We even have people from Poland. I don't know when the Poland event is going to be. But that's basically, we are out there and we are doing what we can to make sure all of you have the ability to generate some nice revenues and enjoy working with Banners Brokers and the people that you bring into it, as well as us. So with that, you guys have all read the disclaimer that's up there. So I'm going to try and get started here. And I'm going to put another challenge to you guys a little bit later on and in the middle of the program. Oh, I want you to know too, at the gala, we are giving away a Mercedes-Benz. I've been given that, so that's insider information for you. We are giving away a brand new Mercedes-Benz, and you will have it be able to pick it up in the country where you reside, but you must be at the event in order to claim or win that prize. And the details will be in the back office coming soon. So if nothing else, that's a great reason just to come out for that. Mercedes-Benz, like Banners Brokers, is high class, quality, well built, well put together, and it is a great vehicle, and we are a great company. So let's get ourselves going here this morning. First off, Banners Broker. What are we? Who are we? We're a revolutionary new way to earn revenue online. Some of you may recognize this face. That's John Paul Getty. He was one of the richest men on the planet, And when you consider that in 1947 he was talking like this, you will never get rich working for someone else, really, it isn't any less true today. I mean, some things are just timeless. That statement that you will never get rich working for someone else is just as true today as it was in 1947. We don't have the security. We don't have the safety nets anymore. Working for one company nowadays for your entire career, is not realistic anymore. There's very few companies that you can stay with throughout your entire career. Most of us end up with 3, 4 different employers over our lifetime, or even 5. So we know what security is. So, I mean, research in motion. Everybody knows the BlackBerry. They laid off 5,000 employees, and everybody thought at one time, you know what, they were the hottest thing going. Look at the auto industry. How many jobs have been lost in North America and even in some of the other countries in the domestic auto industry? It's just a global market. Everything changes. That's one thing about the world. Change is constant. Link Resources Corp reports that more than 29 million people run part-time and full-time businesses from their homes. That's a huge number. And over the past decade, I mean, I've worked for Fortune 500 companies. They've laid off 4.4 million employees over the last number of years. So what's taken its place? Something called SOHO, small office, home office. It really is the future. I mean, when you consider a new base business opens in the U.S. every 10 seconds, that's like 9,000 every single day. And in 14 years, that number has grown from 6 million to 32 million. Why? Because the security in that isn't there unless we take care of it ourselves and do it for ourselves. That has made SOHO one of the world's largest employers. So, considering that this day and age and the times that we live in, companies really do need to be very innovative, very original, very creative and daring. Companies need to pioneer into the new trillion-dollar territories. And there's only a few of them out there, but Banner's Broker is definitely pioneered into one of them. The internet, it is definitely a trillion-dollar industry. When you consider all the things that we do on the internet, from e-commerce, our banking, purchasing stuff, everything that we do, you can see why that's a trillion-dollar industry. Let's take a look at some of the numbers that we have out there. When you consider that Facebook has 1.1 billion users, Twitter accounts 500 million, tweets 500 million per day, and we all know when something amazing happens in the world, or tragic, that all those things seem to drive the internet crazy, and all kinds of new stuff comes out there and it goes wild. Some of the other figures that we're looking at is social networking accounts. 2.4 billion social networking accounts. How many of you out there have 2, 3 of them? Even the business world is starting to get into the social networking sites. They've got 2, 3, 4, 5 different sites. So if they want you to go somewhere, they give you a Facebook page or a social networking page where you can go to have a look at what they're offering. Websites. We're looking at 630 million of them. Web pages, 13 billion. I mean, that's an enormous amount. It's really not a book I want to sit down and read anytime soon. With the share of the internet population, I mean, it's grown by 1.1 billion new internet users have been added just in the last 5 years. So you can see the growth potential that is where it's gone to and coming from, as well as where it's going to go to. The numbers do continue to grow. There's 2.1 billion internet users in the world. Our world, our planet, our little blue marble, it holds almost 7 billion people. So 2.1 billion internet users is only a third of that entire population. And when you look at what some of the populations are around the world, look at Asia, 922 million. Europe, 476 million. China, 485 million. What I found really interesting is that 45% of all those users are 25 years of age or younger. And they're all viewing websites and pages. You know, they're looking at company advertisings. They want to know what's out there. They want to know what they can purchase. They have interests. They have ideas. They want to explore all of that. and the internet is a perfect place for them to do that. The other side of this coin is that even though there's 45% that are under 25, there's 55% that are over the age of 25. They're already looking for their future. They're looking at the years down the road. They want to know that they've got some security, they've got something for their retirement. So that puts Banner's Broker in a very unique situation where we have a targeted audience that is not only here today, they're going to be here tomorrow, they're going to be here a year from now. With the growth of the internet and with the age group going through, you know there can be nothing but growth. Now the online advertising industry, it is a $500 billion a year industry. And you know it's going to become a $1 trillion industry easily within the next 5 years. The past growth, if there's any indication, it's absolutely going to get there. So let's have a little look at some of the people that ended up building this. Google, 90% of their, or 97% of their revenue comes from advertising. $37.3 billion. And Google doesn't even have a product. They're a search engine. How many of you have ever paid to do a Google search? I know I haven't. Let's have a look at Facebook. 83% of their revenue comes from advertising, or $4.2 billion. Has anybody ever paid to put anything on Facebook? You got 2, 3, 4 accounts there, and you've never paid for any of them, but you put all your stuff out there. Then there's Twitter, the Twitter universe. 89% of their revenue comes from advertising. That's $288 million. And LinkedIn has just stepped into the market. They've figured it out. 25% of their revenue comes from advertising. That's an enormous amount of income. That's what, well over $40 billion annually right there with just those 4. I'm happy with 1% of 1% of that market. That way I can go retire and enjoy the lifestyle I want. Nice thing is that that leaves a whole lot of percentage for all the rest of you out there to come and join me. Now, we have been forging a very brand new, revolutionary new partnership. I mean, we developed an exciting new opening that was never identified before. We created the plan. You know, we represented that plan again and again and again. Finally, one of the major brokers decided to say yes. With that was the birth of Banner's Broker. Chris's dream come true. So what is Banner's Broker? It's pretty simple. Banner's Broker is an online ad space broker. We created a new way to earn revenue online, and our products are simple. Ad impressions and ad inventory. Ad space inventory. What is it that we do? You know, we rent advertising space. We generate increased traffic. We drive that traffic to the websites. We generate advertising revenues. The brokers that we deal with, they share that revenue with us, and we end up sharing it with you. Now, why advertising? Well, first off, it's been around since the caveman days. That's what cave drawings originally were. You know, advertisings. They used to tell a story. That's the way it was back in those days. Nowadays, you know, we've literally gone from rock to print and ended up in the digital age. And we made a lot of stops in between with radio and television. I mean, the newspaper is only a couple of 100 years old. Before that, they had the Robin Hood days where it was an arrow and a piece of parchment. Now that we've got the internet, we can watch our favorite TV programs. We can listen to our favorite radio stations. We can read our newspapers. If you're in New York City, you can read the London Times. So the internet has really made an amazing impact on us as a species. And it's out there for all of us to use. It's the most powerful tool, basically, that man has really ever invented. The internet has changed how we advertise and what we do. Social media has made the general public far more accessible to everything out there. Advertising, and you know, they drive that viral market through internet surfers. We simply call it traffic. Some of the largest traffic creators in the world, you know them all. Google, Facebook, Yahoo, YouTube. The one you may not recognize is Baidu. Baidu is the Chinese version of Google. So someone's doing something right. These people are generating all kinds of traffic, And traffic is money. Every time someone opens a web page somewhere, someone else somewhere is generating some revenue from you opening that page. That's 100 million traffic hits per hour. And every one of those traffic hits out there is generating some revenue for somebody somewhere, whether it's because they purchased something or whether they just because they see some advertising or whether they click on the advertising. Somebody out there is generating some income. If they weren't, this wouldn't be happening. With Banner's Broker, you have the ability to earn a piece of that online advertising pie. We do have a multi-million-dollar online ad industry, and we have a very unique relationship with some of the world's top brokers. You know what? And you can profit from that. And we are a globally respected network. How does that help you? How does that make a difference in your life? How can we change your finances? Well, let me give you a little breakdown of how things work, and then you can understand maybe exactly how how everything is affected. First off, the blind network. We've already discussed that it's worth $500 billion a year. And that blind network controls over 500 million websites. Advertisers end up putting their advertising dollars into that blind network. Those advertising bits and pieces have to go somewhere. They go to people's websites or publishers. So the advertisers play the blind network. The blind network pays the website publishers, and they keep a chunk for themselves, obviously. Chris Smith, who's our IT guy, and he's an absolute genius behind all of this. His vision and his intelligence and his savvy really put this all together. So he went out and he put this program together, and he went out and he showed it to a large number of these brokers. Well, one said yes. They decided that, you know what, this is an amazing idea. We really do like it, and we are going to partner up with you and make this thing work. Because of that, Banner's Brokers has grown to over 300,000 affiliates. That gives us a lot of power out there on the internet for buying ad space. So the blind network ends up getting the money from the advertisers, paying it to Banner's Brokers, and Banner's Brokers shares that advertising with you. But the nice thing is, too, that if you bring in advertisers through our network, they go into the blind network, and they can have their advertising seen. We also bring in publishers. So if you have someone who wants a website, you can bring in through our network, and we'll add them into the blind network, and they can monetize their website. With all the activity and excitement that we have built over the last couple of years, one of the other blind networks actually stood up and took notice. They partnered up with us and decided that, you know what, with the kind of traffic that we can deliver, we have to. With that, we are set to hit 1 million affiliates. Chris's estimate is that we should be there by next Christmas. I challenge each and every one of you to really mess up Chris's Christmas and make it come through this Christmas, not next year. That's pretty much how Banner's Brokers works. The income is generated how you end up generating your revenue. So as an affiliate, you're able to financially benefit as both an advertiser and a publisher, even though you might not have a personal website to promote. Therefore, as an affiliate, you can become an advertiser and a website owner, enabling you to earn from both sides of the advertising industry. It's always nice to get it from both sides. If you refer an advertiser to use Banner's Brokers as the broker of choice, you receive 10% of their advertising budget every single month that they advertise. Now, as a website owner, you can refer owners to Banner's Brokers and receive 10% of all income that they earn through lending their internet presence on which advertising can be placed. So it's a win-win again. The nice thing is, too, that as an affiliate, you know what, you can invite your friends, you can invite family, you can invite people you want to share your time with and grow your business with and grow with. So when you guys take vacations together, you guys can have a great time together. You want to build this like a family. So if you invite your friends and relatives and become affiliates of Banner's Brokers, you know what, you're going to receive the benefits from business that they generate. And if you do not have a personal product to promote or your own website, you can promote your Banner's Brokers and you get to derive additional income from that. We do have complete marketing and support system. We are helping you to build a viable and long-term business. We do have 24-hour live support available Sunday through Friday, from Sunday afternoon till Friday afternoon. Now, I got asked why we don't have 24/7. You know what? We like our people that work here. They're an amazing group of people, but they need time with their families too. They need time off to enjoy a weekend just like all the rest of us. That's why it's not 24/7. So in terms of tools, total training, we do have an executive team that is second to none out there. And they're out there working to make sure that Banner's Broker is going to be here for a long time, and you guys are going to generate some revenue for a very long time. We want to make sure we're here for the long term, not just the short term. We offer workshops, and most of the time there's only standing room only in them. We offer webinars like the one you're listening to. Chris, our president of Banner's Broker, I mean, he gets on these every Friday and does a question and answer session for all the affiliates that are out there. How many companies out there offer that from the president of their company that will sit there and talk with all the affiliates live online on a webinar? Then we have the big convention coming up in Niagara Falls. It's going to be again July, I believe it's 19, 20, 21st. It's going to be an amazing weekend in Niagara Falls. And I hope I get to see each and every one of you out there. As soon as all the information is available in the back office, you'll be able to purchase your tickets, and hopefully one of you will end up winning that Mercedes. Now, as far as anticipated generated revenue goes, the way we do it is Banner's Brokers owns the ad inventory. Banner's Brokers purchases the inventory at a discount, and that inventory is rented to the affiliates for a certain period of time. You as the affiliate, you guys generate traffic to fill that inventory, but your income is dependent upon how much inventory you actually purchase and the number of campaigns that you are running. So it is your business. Ad inventory, I mean, we've got multiple inventory packages that fit almost anyone's lifestyle. Anywhere you are, anywhere your friends are, you can help them get started with this, and it's not that expensive. It starts off from being a free, because you can't be a free member, and goes from $25 all the way up to $11,000. So let's take the professional package, for example. It's $415. The anticipated revenue of that can be up to $800. The time frame of completion is dependent on the success of your campaigns. Why not try it? Pick a package. You already get a free 1,000 impressions when you sign up for free. The webinars don't cost you anything. The training doesn't cost you anything. The workshops don't cost you anything. Why not become an affiliate? Enjoy the time with us. We love having you guys out there. Becoming a free affiliate is very simple. You punch in bannersbroker.com/your username. Whoever invited you, that's the username that you would put in there. For our demonstration purposes here, we're using Sally Cox. And you'll notice a yellow sign me up button. If you guys hit that yellow sign me up button, it'll end up taking you to this page. You'll notice that your inviter's name is already filled in. So fill in the rest of the information: first name, last name, username, password, all the simple stuff that you have always filled in on all the stuff you do online, or even fill out longhand on paperwork, not just online. Then you get started. We'll start off with an advertiser. And from there, we're going to ask you to do is create a free campaign in your back office. Your campaign will be shown on a large network with many, many different options for getting your ad seen by your targeted demographics. However, you will not be able to select the specific sites that you will be advertising on. And I like David's analogy, where this is 13 billion page magazine that you're looking at. And all of you know, when you read a magazine, it's the front and back cover that are the most expensive real estate for advertising on that magazine. Inside, outside, doesn't matter. That's where the expensive advertising goes. So that's where Yahoo and YouTube and those guys all play. That's very expensive territory. I mean, it's like trying to put an ad on the Super Bowl for $4 billion or $4 million for 30 seconds. So that's what the front and back cover of those magazines are. Well, Banner's brokers and the blind network play on the inside 13 billion pages. So trying to find where your advertising goes, it'll be an almost impossible task. Although it's printed back there, with 13 billion pages, you may eventually be able to find it, but with the internet, even the ads move from page to page to page based on the criteria that you select for doing your advertising. So it's nearly impossible, but that doesn't mean it's not out there, because absolutely it is. The blind network is a real thing. You can Google it, you can check it out, you can see exactly what it is. So let's start off with contextual targeting. We've got 6 different categories here: health and wellness, entertainment, business and commerce, social network, computer network, web promotion and design. So if you fill in your campaign name to start with, then you pick a category. In our case, for our example, let's say health and wellness. You'll also notice on the right-hand side, you'll see a number of subcategories. Those are other websites that have been subcategorized into that main title where your advertising is going to end up going. You can target the number of impressions. So you have 1,000 free impressions. If you sign up for free, that's where you would put them. Then you put your campaign destination, the URL. If you're just advertising your Banner's broker site, please fill in your Banner's broker's website /username. That way it'll all be targeted and directed back to your website. Or if you have your own product or service that you would like to advertise, put that URL in there. You have the ability to advertise almost anything. The 4 things that we ask you to stay away from is porn, is the pharmaceuticals like Viagra and stuff like that, gambling, and weapons and ammunition. Those are the kind of things we don't want to see out there. Our blind network people don't want it in their system. We don't want it in our system. We are an upstanding company. We do have a face out there that we want to present in an image that lets everyone know that we are, good, straight up, clean, wholesome. So, but you do have the ability to put your own website in there. Next comes geo-targeting. So tell me, where in the world would you like to advertise? You can target by country. You can target by city. It's obvious if you just have a small local store, pizza, fish and chips, Greek restaurant, whatever you want to have, you want to target the city that you're in, because that's where your audience is. That's where the people that you want to have come to your store are. If you're making widgets and gadgets and a few other things, maybe you want to advertise that more nationally or even internationally. With our advertising network that we have, gives you the opportunity to do either or. Then you simply upload one of the banners. We have 10 different size banners that are in our back office. You upload them into your computer. Then when you get to this page, it says add or modify. You just add, you pick the banner that you want to put in there, and it'll upload in there. If you have your own product or service to advertise, then please make your own banner. Have your own banners made. You can do it a number of different ways. There's people on the web that will help you do that. Simply respect our sizes. Those are the sizes that our networks have asked for. So let's use those sizes, and you'll be able to upload your own product or service. We offer you all the tools in the back office to actually manage and track your campaign. The name of your campaign, how many impressions you've used, how many you targeted, the settings. If you're not getting the results you wish, you know what? Delete the banner. Put a new one up. You do not lose any impressions. Start a fresh one. It's all there. Then you get a chance to view your report. Now, when you're viewing your report, understand what advertising is. if you can imagine, over all the years that you've seen radio, television, newspaper, flyers, billboards, all the advertising that you've ever seen out there, how many of them have actually made you run out and purchase something? I would venture to say very few. So just because your campaign, maybe the numbers might seem a little low, does not mean you're running a bad campaign. It's what the internet is. It's what advertising is. If you can understand that through all of that, you've only maybe gotten up out of your chair to go buy something once in your lifetime, internet advertising is very much the same. So what I'd like to do to finish this off with is that, you know what, become a banners broker now. Be part of this revolutionary new team. Get together with the people that invited you. Have fun. Enjoy this. This is a great ride. It's an amazing business to be involved with, and the people that invited you really do care about you, or they never would have invited you. So let's, all of us out there, enjoy this. Teach your people. Raise each of your people like they're one of your, teach them how this business works. Teach them how to become successful with it. The people that you invite are your friends. Watch them grow up. Watch them become successful. It's more fun, at least it always has been for me, to watch someone else become successful, and I'm part of that. I've shared in that. That's always a lot more fun than trying to do it on my own. What I'm going to do now, where am I here? Let's see here if I got a couple of questions I can answer. 100 traffic credit. Most of these are support questions. But what there is here, I will get back to each and every one of you on. No, you're not charged for creating a campaign. Campaigns in the back office are free. Please go through and read everything in our back office, all the tutorials, the terms and conditions, all of that stuff. It's all very important for how and the way you run your business. Every aspect of how you can manage your business is in our back office. We have tried to put as much information back there as we can. Grant is doing a phenomenal job coming up with a whole new training manual for you guys. David is out there speaking to everybody and explaining things, how they work. I'm going to be out there. But please, make sure you read the stuff that's in your back office. Watch the tutorials. Everything is back there for you and will help you build and grow your business. There are some people that are doing training out in the New Jersey area, New York City area. I'll try and put you in touch with them. Send me an email, which is something that I haven't done yet, which I'm going to do right now. I'm going to put my email address there for all of you to see. And if you have any questions about growing your business and building it, I'm more than happy to answer those questions. You should all have my email address now. It's up there. It's posted. I don't shy away from that stuff. And hopefully, again, my challenge to you guys again for next week is bring one person. Have one more person there with you. We've got a pretty good sized crowd here. I want to see if we can't double it for next week. So please, each and every one of you, be good to the people that you invited. Teach them. Spend the time with them. Enjoy the company. Be good to one another out there. So for right now, you know what? I'm Kurt Kornelsen. I'm going to be signing off. I will be doing my webinar next week on Tuesday at 10 o'clock and Wednesday at 11. So you guys can listen back in. Let's see if we can't really bring some numbers up on this. I want to try and set some world records is what I want to do. Just a goal, something to do. I want all of you guys to be part of it. So please, we'll see you guys all next week, and we'll talk to you all next week. Take care, gentlemen and ladies, and everyone else out there in the world. Be good. So long.
The organizer has ended the session and this call will be disconnected. Goodbye.